Hello, and welcome to another exciting and splendiferous episode of Scott's Thoughts. Well, today I want to talk about something serious, something that's bothered me for a very, very long time. The subject is creepiness in Christmas. I think maybe you know what I'm talking about, but if you're not aware, if you don't know where I'm coming from, well, I'm about to explain it. There's a lot of different stories for Christmas, little traditions we have that, well, are quite frankly downright creepy when you really think about it. Now, I'm going to start with the most obvious one, of course. The one we all know, just totally sickeningly scary, Santa Claus. Seriously, Santa Claus. Think about this guy. Okay? This is a guy who breaks into your house while you sleep to leave mystery packages under your tree and eats your cookies and milk while he's there. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Oh, that is the tip of the creepy, creepy iceberg when it comes to Santa Claus. Okay? So, yeah, not only does he break into your house, but he's also a voyeur. Okay? Listen to the lyrics of the song. He sees you while you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good, for goodness sake. Now, that's sung to a nice, jaunty, little happy melody, but it's really very disturbing. This is a guy who's stalking your children. He's watching them in their sleep. He's watching throughout the day. He's monitoring their behavior, their every move. And if they misbehave, what does he give them? A lump of coal. A lump of coal. Okay, maybe the coal's not that creepy, but the fact is, the guy is watching you while you sleep. If I do that, I go to prison. But Santa Claus can do it and he's fine. And then of course there's the slave labor, that he has in his factory in the North Pole. He lives on an ice cap, which fortunately, since it's melting, maybe Santa's workshop will go underwater and it'll just be all over with. But his little slave labor team of elves, and they make toys. But kids get video game systems, so they have to make trademark toys. So not only they slave labor, but they're probably, infringing on some kind of trademark copyright laws. I don't know, but it's all. So yeah, he's got his slave elves. I'm getting to the reindeer later. His slave elves. Okay, and then furthermore, he's hundreds of years old. So you gotta wonder what deal with what demon from hell did Santa make to get his immortality? There's people who've done far more important things than him that don't get immortality. So clearly he's not making this deal with God. Because God hasn't granted immortality to anyone that I know of. They're not living forever because they did some wonderful thing. But Santa Claus, who does nothing but give toys to children, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do, but if you leave the whole spying on them in their sleep aside, and of course the slave labor of the elves, that's another issue. So maybe Santa is a demon. I mean, there's that movie. I can't remember the name of it. I wish I could remember the name of it. Google it, leave it in the comments, and tell me what it is, or maybe I'll just put it in text right here underneath me when I'm editing. Anyways, this movie, it's a comedy / horror movie where Santa is actually a demon who lost a bet with an angel. So he had to spend X number 100 years being Santa Claus as we know in the tradition. But now, the terms of the bet are over, and he's going around killing people because that's who he really is. And it sounds a whole lot more like the guy who's watching you in your sleep, or watching your children in your sleep, because, he doesn't come to adults. and sneaking into your house in the middle of the night and having elf slaves building toys. Well, what does he do? He sits on his fat butt. Oh no, he's busy spying on your children, which with whatever dark magic he uses. I mean, I could say he has spy cameras in your house, but he's been doing this since before the modern age. So, it's obviously dark magic he's using. I don't know, a crystal ball, a mirror. Maybe he stole the evil queen from Snow White's mirror and he's using that. I don't know. But this is some creepy, dark stuff going on here. For a holiday that's supposed to be happy and jolly, maybe we should just tell our kids that that we're giving them the toys. I don't have kids, so I don't know why I'm saying our kids. I guess I'm just trying to make this sound general. Is he really much better than Krampus? I mean, I guess the Krampus eats children, so I guess he's a little better because he's not spying on them. But at least the Krampus doesn't pretend to be a good guy. I mean, he's open about it. I mean, he looks like a demon. He comes and he's like, I'm going to eat your kids because they misbehaved. Though I guess the lump of coal Santa is better. But again, at least he's open about his pure malevolent evil. Well, Santa kind of tries to make it look innocent, but he's clearly a mentally deranged old man who made some kind of deal with the devil so he can live forever. And I said I'd get to the reindeer. And of course, the last thing, the flying reindeer, you say, oh, it's so charming, the flying reindeer. Reindeer don't fly. They defy the laws of physics. Again, we're back to what demon from hell did Santa make this deal with? And lastly, speaking of demons from hell, what is Santa an anagram of? Satan. Satan. They both wear red. And you never see them in the same place at the same time. Tell me something's not going on there. Maybe he didn't make a deal with the devil. Maybe he is the devil. And I could go into some theology on how that makes sense, but this isn't a theology video. This is, I guess those are my thoughts, but that's another thing altogether. Anyways, that's Santa Claus. And while we're on the subject of Santa, let's go on to Rudolph. Now, we all know the story of Rudolph. We've heard the song 1,000 times. I work in a supermarket and it plays about 15 times a day during this time of year. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. Maybe it's radioactive. My nose doesn't glow. I've never seen a reindeer's nose glow. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. But then, one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history. So what kind of lesson does this teach children? Well, at first glance, you could say, it could teach that different people aren't bad. And if we embrace people's differences, we can see that, they have a useful role in society and they're just as important as you. Isn't that such a wonderful message? But that's not the real message of the song, is it? No. The real message of the song is people hate you if you're different until they can find a way to exploit your difference for their benefit, for their personal gain. That's the real message of this song. It's terribly depressing. And just the fact is, too, that they all overlook the fact that a red glowing nose on a reindeer isn't normal. They admit it's not normal, but they overlook the fact, they tease him. They never address the fact that maybe Rudolph has an underlying condition. Maybe he has cancer. Maybe this is a tumor. We don't know what happens to Rudolph after that foggy night. We all assume he joins the reindeer now. Santa's got more, got another magic reindeer guiding his sleigh, but that's never implicitly stated in the song. We really never hear anything about it afterwards. How do we know that this wasn't cancer and the cancer spread, and that was in fact Rudolph's last Christmas? Rudolph's last Christmas, and he gets exploited by Santa Claus, the creepy, devil dealing, maybe even devil himself, child spy, trespasser who breaks into your home and leaves stuff under the tree in wrap boxes and you don't know what it is. Poor Rudolph. A moment of silence for Rudolph, who has gone on to his great reward. Okay, moving on. The next one. We're off the Santa thing now. Let's go on to Frosty the Snowman. Oh, what is more delightful than Frosty? He's got a song. He's got 2 TV specials. One based on the song and one that someone just pulled out of their butts and really isn't really as good as the original because it's not based on anything. But we all know the story of Frosty, who really has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas whatsoever. I mean, Christmas is not brought up once in the song. It's really a winter story, but somehow we've associated this with Christmas. Like with The Sound of Music. I mean, I know Christmas is in The Sound of Music, but so are a lot of other things. Somehow Frosty the Snowman has gotten lumped in with Christmas. I don't know how. Anyways, Frosty the Snowman. Where do I begin with this? So, kids build a snowman, and they find a hat, and they put it on him, and Frosty springs to life. And all the kids, they play games and stuff. Oh, I wish I could remember the lyrics to the song exactly. I've heard it 1,000 times, and it's just escaping me at the moment. I probably should have written all this down before I started the video. But as usual, I am completely unprepared for everything in life. But it's okay. You know the song, and that's what matters. So, the snowman comes to life. And the kids are just all excited, and they're like, yay! Let's take a step back and look at this realistically. You're a child, and you pile up some snowballs, and you make a snowman. You put a carrot in his nose, and you put a couple of lumps of coal. I don't know where you get coal these days. I guess you use charcoal briquettes now. A couple of sticks from it. You put a felt hat on it, and it comes to life. What is your real life reaction? If you're a normal human being with a real perception of the world, even as a child, and you've lived on this planet more than a couple of months, your actual reaction is going to be abject terror. Holy crap, a snowman just came to life. Somebody, kill it with fire. Kill it with fire. I mean, seriously, this isn't really a playful story. This is a cautionary tale about demonic possession. That's what this is. Because that's the only way a snowman's coming to life, is if it's demonically possessed. And he's a very bad influence, too. I mean, go to cross the street. The traffic cop tells him to stop, and he just ignores him. What kind of a lesson is that for kids? Just ignore the cop, cross the street. You're probably going to get hit by a car. He probably told you to stop because a car is coming and you need to wait. But no, kids, let's just cross the street. Frosty's trying to get these children killed. That's what's really going on in this. Frosty the Snowman. He's possessed by demons. Probably the same demon that Santa made his deal with so he could be immortal. Anyways, so, terrifying vision. A snowman coming to life. Does anyone really want to see that? That's scary as hell. I'm sorry, that's terrifying. So yeah, these kids are probably going to scream in terror and probably run in the house. Maybe ask their parents, do you have any gasoline and a match? We got to kill this thing. But no, they're not playing games with it. I know I wouldn't be playing games with it. I'd be scared. I mean, I guess if I made the connection that the hat brought him to life, I'd try to take the hat off. But since Frosty knows the hat is what's keeping him alive, he'd probably kill anyone who tried to take it off him. Because he knows either the hat goes or the sun comes out. He can't do anything about the sun, but he can sure as hell keep that hat on his head until the last possible moment before the sun comes out and melts him. You can bet on that. Frosty the Snowman. That is some scary stuff. Let's see. This is an old one. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. You want the deadliest animal on the African continent for Christmas. Kills more people than any other animal on the continent. You want one of those for Christmas. Go ahead, kid. I'll give you one. You're going to be dead soon. Those things are fiercely territorial. Okay, that was kind of a reach, but when you really think about it, a hippopotamus for Christmas? That is some scary stuff. So, yeah. We get some creepy Christmas stuff going on, creepy Christmas stories. Where do we come up with this stuff? And we think this is a pleasant story, but when you really think about it, this stuff is scary. And we tell it to children, and they're like, yay, and I can't believe these kids, and I can't believe when we were kids, weren't, like, wetting the beds, and like, crap, Santa's gonna break in. Is he gonna kill me? Frosty the Snowman. I'm afraid to build a snowman. It can't come to life and eat me. So, did I leave anything out? Are there any creepy Christmas stories that you've got that you'd like to that I missed that you think should have been in this video? If so, leave them in the comments. All 3 of you who are gonna watch this, I'm sure, and unless someone who watches really likes it and helps it go viral, but I'm not monetized, so that doesn't really matter, other than that it would make this much less of a waste of 16 minutes of my time. Anyways, yeah, leave them in the comments. And that's today's Scott's Thoughts. Thanks for watching. I hope you've been thoroughly creeped out this Christmas.